I really don't want to let you go like this, I want to fall and kill you. You look like a QR code, without scanning it, you don't even know what you are. Are you a stinky loach with some seawater, really treating yourself like seafood? I know you're a rectal person, but you can't use your mouth, can you? The most important thing in a person's life is to have self-awareness. If you encounter someone who is reasonable, just reason well. When encountering someone unreasonable, slap them with a big mouth. The reason why Lee Fan has these insights is all related to the money he received. Money is omnipotent for him. Money can handle everything for him. So after becoming wealthy, he became increasingly lacking in quality. Feilu Novel Network reminds you that this novel and its characters are purely fictional. If there are any similarities, they are purely coincidental and should not be imitated. Chapter 1. Although the system was delayed, it arrived. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Hey, Lee Fan, go throw away the garbage. Then bring my milk tea and go mop the floor. Hurry up, go ahead. What are you waiting for? Of course you're going, I'm all here to exercise you. If you don't perform well, how will you be promoted in the future? Hurry up and brush my shoes. Looking at the plump woman in front of him, with thick pores all over her face and hair resembling seaweed, Lee Fan's teeth were clattering. 1 month after joining, this woman treated him as a company assistant. All the miscellaneous, dirty, and tiring work were entrusted to him, and he shamelessly claimed that it was for the purpose of exercising himself. Coincidentally, Lee Fan broke up with his girlfriend who had been in college for 3 years, and he was feeling angry. You have to go by yourself. You're so fat, that's why you should exercise well, fat lady. Lee Fan fiercely retorted. Now he is not used to this fat woman. The fat woman was happily putting on makeup with a small mirror and heard this sentence like a bolt from the blue. My hands were still frozen in disbelief, and my narrow eyes struggled to widen, staring at Lee Fan. In an almost trembling voice, I said, "What did you just say about me? You even called me a fat woman." Lee Fan hurriedly said, "Are you fat and don't you know how to deal with it? Ugly people make a lot of mistakes, and even pigs like you don't like them. You stink every day." A chubby woman is a project manager, and besides the boss, she is the biggest one in the workplace. When did she ever hear someone scolding her like that? Even other colleagues in the office were shocked by Lee Fan's words and couldn't find him. They looked at Lee Fan with admiration and sympathy on their faces. This guy is really amazing, he did what I wanted to do the most. What a relief. Damn it, curse this fat pig and let her squeeze us every day. Ah, young man, impulsively, after the crematorium, the manager's uncle is our company's security guard. Lee Fan, this kid has to suffer. Others are discussing it one after another. The chubby woman was already furious at the moment. She was not easy to talk to, so she grabbed something from her desk and threw it at Lee Fan. What Estee Lauder cream bottle, what glass bottle of liquid foundation. She was fat and strong, and 1 or 2 of the things she threw hit Lee Fan, making a few muffled noises. Lee Fan didn't get used to her either. He rolled up his sleeves and wanted to give her a few big slaps. Unexpectedly, at this moment, a burly security guard with a strong face walked in carrying a stick. Instead of going to see the fat manager, he shouted directly at Lee Fan, his mother, "Who dares to beat my sister? I will not cut you." Although Lee Fan didn't suffer any losses, his physique is not as good as others. Although he is 1.82 meters tall, his weight is only 130 pounds, which is not a match for the security guard. The security guard struck 2 sticks in a row, both of which landed on Lee Fan, causing him to grin in pain. But after all, Lee Fan is not a soft persimmon that can be slaughtered by anyone. When the rabbit was in a hurry, it even bit people. In the chaos, it kicked him in the lower abdomen and then punched him again. The fat woman was overjoyed when she saw this situation and quickly pointed at Lee Fan, saying, "You hit someone, you have to lose money, lose money." Lose money, I want you to lose everything today. Upon hearing these words, the security guard couldn't get up and lay on the ground convulsing. Li Fan glanced anxiously, and as soon as he heard that he was going to mislead himself, he waved his hand and gave the fat woman a loud big mouth. Pop. This slap was too loud and powerful, pulling out 2/3 of the blockage from the pores on the chubby manager's face. Compensation, I'll compensate Nima. Beating you to death, earning this little bit of money every day, and even using it as dog poop for you, giving you face, right? He's anxious now, he doesn't care about these messy things. However, at that moment, a man in a suit and leather shoes, with a gentle demeanor and a pair of golden glasses walked in. He looked at everything present with almost mocking eyes, and finally his gaze fell on Li Fan. Hitting someone is not right. The man confidently adjusted his collar, and the words, "Gold Medal Lawyer," appeared on his chest. "You will be punished by the law," the man said again. Li Fan was stunned for a moment and said in a deep voice, "I am willing, and I am also willing to go to jail." Unexpectedly, the man suddenly smiled and walked up with some flattery. He took out a check and said to Li Fan, "Sir, I misunderstood. I am your lawyer and I am standing on your side. This check was remitted from your overseas investment account, totaling 1 billion yuan. Please sign for it." He only said 2 words in total, each of which shocked Li Fan once. Billion. Overseas investment. Is it the inheritance left by my deceased father, mother, or grandfather? Am I actually a wealthy second generation? Amidst his wild thoughts, a sweet voice suddenly appeared in his mind. Ding! The heavenly destiny system has been activated, rewarding the host with 1 billion yuan. Please check it carefully. Li Fan suddenly realized that the corner of his mouth had risen to an excessive curve. I knew that although the system may be late, it will never be absent. The system is here. He has no doubt about the authenticity of this system, as he is also a decade-old bookworm, accustomed to countless systems bound to the protagonist of novels. Li Fan took a deep breath and pointed to the check in front of him, saying, "Are you sure it's legal?" Lei Zhao replied with an extremely affirmative look, "It's legal. After signing, these money will be yours. You can use it as you like, and if you don't mind, you can even hire me as your gold medal lawyer. I am willing to offer my services to you, dedicating myself wholeheartedly." Without hesitation, Li Fan wrote his name on the check and said to Lei Zhao, "I happen to have an annoying matter that needs to be dealt with now." He looked down from above, overlooking Manager Fei and his younger uncle. Lei Zhao's eyes also became sharp as he said, "No problem, I have 9 ways to send them to jail. I am a gold medal lawyer." Li Fan reached out and interrupted him, saying, "I don't want you to punish them with your knowledge. I want you to teach them a lesson in the most primitive way." The most primitive way. Fist. Lei Zhao tidied up his suit and said with great professional ethics, "I'm sorry, Mr. Li. I'm a lawyer and a gold medal lawyer. I know more about the law than 90.9% people, and I don't know how to break the law. No matter how generous the compensation you give, I remain indifferent." Li Fan sneered and extended a finger, saying, "I'll give you 300,000. Hee, I'm sorry, I'm a gold medal lawyer. 600,000 65,000 yuan. Lei Zhao took off his suit, rolled up his sleeves, and flattered Li Fan, saying, "Sir, please treat me well. Whether you want to live or die, fry or fry, it's just a matter of 1 sentence. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 2. Gold Medal Lawyer. You are listening at novel full.audio. Lei Zhao's physique is not as tall as Li Fan's, but at this moment he is exceptionally brave. He jumped onto the fat manager's body, as if lying on the body of an adult seal, his large body in stark contrast to his lean body. But he still ignored it and slapped it with a big ear scraper. The one made is called a porcelain solid, and the one made is called a crispy one. Along with the young uncle and security guard, they seemed vulnerable to him with the blessing of financial ability. Bang bang bang. A combination of punches hit the security guard, and the energetic Lei Zhao even used a sweep leg. For a moment, everyone exclaimed in amazement, "Money can drive ghosts and grind." There is nothing wrong with this statement. For a moment, the office was like a purgatory, with dust from makeup and farts flying everywhere. Occasionally, there was nosebleeds that flew under the desk. There is the blood of Lei Zhao, as well as the blood of manager Fei. Li Fan was enjoying watching beside him. "Stop fighting," someone called the police. Until someone spoke out, the fierce fight was finally stopped. Lei Zhao sorted out his torn shirt and returned to Li Fan. Li Fan admired the fat manager lying on the ground and the half-sitting security guard with great satisfaction. At the same time, Li Fan also raised a question and said, "Is it really okay to fight like this? The police will come soon, and I don't want to lose money." Lei Zhao tidied up his incomplete white shirt again, pushed out his torn glasses, and smiled, "Master, don't worry, I am a gold medal lawyer. I have 9 ways to make them suffer from my beating, and they won't get a penny of compensation." He added, "I am a professional, I specialize in this." Li Fan suddenly realized and looked at Lei Zhao with ill intentions, saying, "If you should save money, you should save it. Since they don't have to pay for it anymore, then yours." Lei Zhao was suddenly struck by lightning and turned his head in shock. It took him a long time to spit out a word from his mouth. "My day, what do you mean? I don't need to give my money anymore." He understood what Li Fan meant. This is like pulling feathers out of a wild goose, not even considering his own benefits. "You said it yourself, you have 9 ways to make everything unreasonable reasonable. You are now my gold medal lawyer, so give yourself a reasonable reason to waive your compensation." Li Fan smiled and said, "Otherwise, you won't be considered a gold medal lawyer because you can't do it." Lei Zhao's face turned pale, but he didn't feel very sad either. He spread out his hand and said, "It doesn't matter. Anyway, you have 1 billion yuan. If you give me some pocket money in the future, it will be enough for me to eat and drink." Li Fan is in a relaxed mood. He turned to Lei Zhao and said, "Please stay and help me handle my resignation. I have money, so I won't work here. I still need to buy a house." Lei Zhao quickly approached and asked, No, big brother, you already have 1 billion yuan here. Why do you still care about this salary? Just leave directly, I see who dares to stop you." Li Fan immediately said in a serious tone, "Ah. How can this be done? Don't waste a penny of my money." Lei Zhao's lips twitched and he suddenly regretted following such a master. "Hurry up and handle it. It's best to transfer the money to my card this afternoon. Also, if the police come, you need to help me with the aftermath," Li Fan explained. Lei Zhao was extremely anxious and rushed forward to ask, "Big brother, isn't it?" "Master, I can help you with things. How much salary do you give me per month?" Li Fan has not thought about this yet, but if he is very satisfied with Lei Zhao's ability and the handling effect of this matter. Li Fan paused and slowly extended a finger. Lei Zhao said with a tearful tone, 600,000 yuan. "I don't know how to do it, I'm drifting in the water again. 60,000 yuan, after tax, and it's a win-win situation. You also pay 5 insurances and 1 fund. Why don't you follow me?" Li Fan said. Lei Zhao said, "Okay. I always feel like following you has great prospects." Li Fan patted his shoulder and said, "Your intuition is not wrong. You will be grateful for the incredibly right choice you have made now." Lei Zhao chuckled. Li Fan and his colleagues waved their hands and left the company with ease. For these colleagues, he had nothing to cling to. If one of them had stood up to speak for him, he wouldn't have bullied them like this. As for the aftermath, it is fully entrusted to Lei Zhao for handling. He is a gold medal lawyer, and handling such matters can be said to be easy. Li Fan originally wanted to take a taxi back to the rented place, but it was a bit too expensive, so he decided to take the bus home. But then on second thought, it seems that the bank has been promoting activities such as saving money, delivering oil, and rice recently. If the activity is real and effective, at least you can make a profit. Thinking of this, Li Fan will go to the place where he rented a house instead of going to the bank. Construction Bank is a large bank in China, and its headquarters in Yangqing is particularly evident in its scale. There are still 2 big lions at the entrance of the bank, and even depositors are allowed to go up and take photos for free on weekends and Saturdays. Because Li Fan came on weekdays and the banks were busy, there were many people queuing up in front of him, so Li Fan was not in a hurry. After waiting for about half an hour, Li Fan finally walked to the counter. "Can I save money for rice, noodles, and taxi fare?" Li Fan asked immediately after sitting down. The counter is young and beautiful, with a very fair and tender skin. When he asked such a silly question, he didn't even bother to lift his head. She typed on the keyboard and didn't look at Li Fan. She said directly, "The activities have been gone for a long time, only around the Chinese New Year. You came early or late?" "Damn it!" Li Fan cursed. "I feel very regretful about the stick noodles or soybean oil weighing up to 50 or 60 pounds in my heart. May I ask if there's anything else?" The bank lady asked without looking up. "How much interest do you have here now, current?" Li Fan asked again. "The current account is 1.02, the 1.year account is 1.95, and the 3.year account is 2.42, said the counter staff. Li Fan thought for a moment and realized that he might still have to buy a house, as well as money, rice, oil, and salt. It's better to save a portion of the current account and then deposit a portion of the long-term account. So he said, "Then save some savings for me." After speaking, he put his ID card and check together in the window. The counter staff still didn't look, their fingers racing on the keyboard, typing and asking, "Name?" Li Fan. Age? 19 years old. How much money do you plan to save? A current payment of 5 billion yuan, a 3-year payment of 5 billion yuan, a total of 10 billion yuan, said Li Fan calmly. 10 billion. The typing of the keyboard came to an abrupt end, and the female bank staff member who had been unwilling to look at Li Fan finally turned her eyes and looked at Li Fan with a shocked expression. At this moment, the bank girl had completely lost her arrogance and even stuttered, first. "Sir, you really?" Li Fan said in a low voice, "Yes, 10 billion. Is there any problem?" The counter lady changed her previous casual demeanor and immediately respectfully said, "No problem, sir. I will handle it for you now." As she spoke, she quickly took out her phone and opened WeChat. "Sir, hello sir. This is my personal WeChat account. You can add me on WeChat and I can answer any related questions for you at any time." She blinked hard at Li Fan and said to her as if to herself, "Any time, any place, as long as you have a need." "Oh no, if there's a problem, I can do it." The others in the hall also heard the conversation between the two. But their gaze remained fixed on Li Fan, who was dressed in simplicity and had a calm face, and their hearts gradually became unbalanced. "Money is amazing, just pretend to be here." "That's right, I can't stand this handsome and wealthy man the most. What's his demeanor? Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Is this car considered good in Chapter 3? You are listening at novel full.audio. Faced with a bank woman requesting WeChat, Li Fan naturally wouldn't be tempted by such a woman. He pouted contemptuously and said straightforwardly, "Damn it, I know you the best. You're so playful that I'm afraid the rich won't see you, and I'm afraid the poor won't see you. You're just a gold digger." The female bank immediately smiled and said, "You misunderstood me, sir. I just finished school and started working. I haven't talked about a boyfriend yet, and I added you on WeChat just to let you know that you have the benefits offered by our bank." Li Fan said, "Oh, this way, okay then, you can scan me." Li Fan unexpectedly learned from the young lady at the bank that even with a large deposit of over 80 million yuan in cash, he could still be allocated a house according to the grade. If you save 80 million yuan, you can claim a 60 square meter house, but it's not from the city center. By saving 160 million yuan, one can receive a 100 square meter house. For someone like Li Fan, who has a fixed term deposit of over 3 years and the amount exceeds 300 million yuan, not only can he receive a villa in the city, but he can also give away a BMW car as a gift. This is a way of life that he has never experienced before. Free savings, a complimentary house, and a complimentary car. The lives of wealthy people are so different. It's really refreshing. However, Li Fan's frugality also played to his wit, and he got stuck within the bank's regulations. With a minimum deposit of 300 million yuan, he took the villa and a luxury BMW X8. And it's still in stock, it can be delivered right away. As for how to use the other 200 million, there is currently no plan. Let's first deposit it in the bank to receive current interest. After coming out of the bank, Li Fan happened to receive a call from the gold medal lawyer Lei Zhao. "The matter has been settled, big brother. Even if the police come and take me, there's nothing I can do. I used my rich knowledge reserves to successfully get rid of the charge." Lei Zhao proudly said on the phone. Lei Zhao's ability greatly exceeded Li Fan's expectations. With a sudden inspiration, Li Fan asked, "Can you send my friend to jail?" Lei Zhao paused and asked in confusion, "Did she hurt you?" "She hurt my heart." "That's not considered harm. So can you put her in jail?" There are actually many ways to solve the problem if you hate her, such as buying a murder, sneaking an attack from behind, smashing a knife, letting a white knife in, a red knife out, or finding a car to kill her. "It's not too satisfying," Lei Zhao said. Li Fan said, over. "The more you say, the more outrageous it becomes." Lei Zhao said, yes, after all, she's an ex-girlfriend, and the relationship is still there. The key is the money issue, it will cost a lot of money, Li Fan said. "Okay, you're really my own brother." Lei Zhao was defeated in the battle. Li Fan said at this moment, "You come over, drive my car over, and accompany me to take a look at the house. If you give me an unfinished house or if the place is not good, please send the bank lady to the bureau at any time." Lei Zhao smiled and said, "No problem, I am a gold medal lawyer. There is nothing within the scope of the law that I cannot do. I can legalize you even if the law does not allow it." Li Fan first went back to the rented house to collect things, such as bed sheets and covers, winter clothes, summer clothes, and pots and pans. Li Fan was reluctant to throw them away and planned to take them with him. Lei Zhao didn't come to help Li Fan because he was going to drive. So all these daily necessities need to be packed and processed by Li Fan himself. Fortunately, his legs and feet were relatively stable, and it was only a 10-minute journey from here to the villa area, and he did not take a taxi. But these things are really too heavy, and for Li Fan, who has not yet been healthy, they are a bit unbearable. Walking is also difficult. What surprised him even more was that just as he was about to cross the road, a brand new four-wheeled car behind him collided with Li Fan with a slow and steady speed. Li Fan fell to the ground in one fell swoop, and the pots and pans fell to the ground. "Yo! Isn't this Li Fan? After being dumped by me, she has fallen like this." A 20-year-old woman with long hair poked her head out of the passenger seat and looked at the pots and pans on the ground, jokingly saying. It is Li Fan's ex-girlfriend, Song Huijia. The big gold bracelet on her wrist was still bought for her by Li Fan. I didn't expect to break up afterwards. When people meet, their eyes turn red. Li Fan picks up the rolling pin on the ground and poses to hit someone. A short man in his 40s immediately got off the driver's seat and shouted to Li Fan, "Be careful, don't hurt my car. This car is expensive, I can't even afford to sell you." After speaking, he lovingly wiped the front headlights with a handkerchief. At this moment, Song Huijia took a photo of the car and boasted, "The Honda Crown is over 200,000 yuan, which you can't afford even after 5 or 8 years of hard work." Li Fan laughed angrily. With a movement of the mouth, a mouthful of thick phlegm spurted out and landed on the front windshield of the car in a parabolic shape. With a loud bang, a large area was tightly pasted. Li Fan asked, "Is this car really awesome?" "In my eyes, it's just a pile of dog poop." "Yo, you really can pretend. A poor loser who can't even afford rent." "It's good to say that," Song Huijia sneered. "A woman like you who worships money is not as good as a dog's gaze," Li Fan sneered. As he spoke, a black luxury off-road vehicle slowly stopped beside Li Fan. Due to the tall body of the car, the crown road on the side now appears incredibly small and affordable. BMW X8, imported over 2 million yuan. The owner of the CR.V looked at the BMW car and swallowed with envy. Li Fan calmly took the car key and pressed the lock button. The car growled twice and responded to him. This scene scared out Song Huijia's eyeballs. "Li Fan, can't you? Is this your car? Did you buy it or rent it?" Song Huijia asked with some disbelief. Li Fan said calmly, "I bought it and deposited 1 billion yuan in a bank to give it to me. Do you regret it?" "Ah, this." Song Huijia couldn't believe it and deeply regretted it. "You have more regrets." Li Fan's face changed and he pointed to the petite and mini crown road next to him, saying to Lei Zhao, "Smashing his car for me. Pretending to be the #1 guy on the leaderboard, seducing my girlfriend, and even riding a horse and driving into me, smashing the car for me." Li Fan scolded. The owner of the crown road quickly approached and said, "Oh no, I can't smash it. I'm sorry, brother. Can't I apologize to you?" Lei Zhao didn't care about these things at all. With Li Fan's orders at hand, he didn't bother to answer them. He picked up the fire extinguisher from the car and with a loud bang, he smashed off both of his car's ears. Then take the fire extinguisher and fiercely hit the windshield. Passers-by didn't know what had happened, but seeing Lei Zhao and his companions so bold, they all took out their phones and approached to take photos, but they dared not speak. Looking at his beloved car, Lei Zhao smashed it to pieces. The man had no choice but to threaten and say, "You guys, don't smash it. If you smash it again, I'll call the police." Lei Zhao slowed down and then came over to pat his shoulder, persuading him, "Hey buddy, you should smash it. Did you see what kind of car my owner is driving? The BMW X8 Bonus version. You can't afford it even if you have money, unless you have power. If you offend this kind of person, you don't even know how you died. If you dare to report it to the police, hurry up and get lost. Don't appear in Yangqing City again in the future." The owner of the crown road shivered all over, turned around to look at the brand new BMW X8, and couldn't help but give himself a big mouth. "I'm so damn it. Why bother people like him so well," he said regretfully. Lei Zhao remained silent and continued his operation. A few minutes later, a good crown road was smashed to pieces by him. Li Fan wanted to light his car with a torch, but was stopped by Lei Zhao. "Big brother, this is not suitable. So many people are watching." Lei Zhao gestured to the people around who were taking photos and advised. Upon hearing Lei Zhao's words, Li Fan finally gave up. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 4. Netizens. You are listening at novel full.audio. However, after smashing the car, Li Fan's mood improved. Seeing that there was nothing to do, he shouted to Lei Zhao to get in the car and go home. At this moment, Song Huijia would not let go of Li Fan, who was a money tree. She shamelessly went straight into Li Fan's car. Li Fan was extremely disgusted and kicked her a few times. He forcefully kicked her down from the passenger seat, and also took off the large gold bracelet that was given to her. Go to hell, Song Huijia. You're a gold digger, only worthy of being a dog. Li Fan stuck his head out the window and spat at Song Huijia. Then he closed the car window. However, as Li Fan does not have a driver's license, Lei Zhao is responsible for driving. Li Fan felt relieved. Not only did he beat Song Huijia and Brother Bang, but most importantly, he also retrieved the gold bracelet. He didn't waste too much money on Song Huijia. However, there was a question that Li Fan remained puzzled in his heart, so he asked Lei Zhao, "What is that Bernard you just mentioned? Is there such a thing in my car? Does this mean that this car is very impressive and ordinary people dare not provoke it?" Lei Zhao laughed heartily and quickly said, "What Bernard, I was lying to him. This is an ordinary BMW X8, and I deliberately scared him." Lei Zhao continued, "He's the kind of person who has never seen anything in the world. Opening a crown road is his limit, and he doesn't understand these high-end things. If I say something casually, he doesn't know. Isn't that enough to scare him?" Not to mention, Lei Zhao's move really caught the male tiger of Guangdao. Li Fan laughed heartily and said, "So that's what happened." However, upon reflection, if one can afford a BMW X8, they must be either wealthy or wealthy. Without power or influence, ordinary people really cannot earn so much money, and it is inevitable that the crown prince will be afraid. Li Fan then asked, "Is it okay for us to smash someone else's car in public?" Lei Zhao smiled while driving and said, "It depends on who will handle this matter. If it's an ordinary lawyer, there will definitely be trouble. But if it's a gold medal lawyer like me, stop it." Li Fan dug out his ear and said, "Don't blow so hard, your ears are almost calloused." Although he said that, he still quite recognized Lei Zhao's ability. Having him by his side is like having an extra gold medal to avoid death. Escaping the limitations of the law allowed him to live freely. Haishanghaoding is one of the most luxurious villa areas in Yangqing City. Li Fan's villa, on the other hand, is the most upscale house in the Haishang mansion. Located at the southernmost end of the entire community, enjoying the protection of the moat water and having ample sunlight to bathe in. The entire villa covers an area of up to 500 square meters, with a total of 3 floors, 2 elevators, and 8 bathrooms. Basically, it is possible to eat, drink, and sprinkle anytime, anywhere. Li Fan is very satisfied with this villa, and Lei Zhao is also very satisfied with this house. Just as Li Fan was about to put in his few life equipment, Lei Zhao walked over with a smile and asked, "Brother, are you living alone here? Do you want me to come and accompany you? I'll stay on the first floor." At this moment, Li Fan's eyes were extending out to the 3rd floor, exerting all his strength and concentrating on the female owner of the villa next to him. She was dressed mature and charming, with a pair of yoga pants underneath and a loose but very curvaceous emerald yellow top above. Her legs were long with sleeves, and her figure was impressive. She is exercising, but she doesn't understand why she opened the window. Perhaps to filter out formaldehyde in the room. When asked, Li Fan quickly waved his hand and said, "I'm not alone. Where should you go to sleep? I pay more attention to neighborhood relationships. During this period, what I most want to do is to establish good relationships with these neighbors." Li Fan said intently. Lei Zhao said, "But I don't have a place to go. I just came back from out of town." Li Fan turned to look at Lei Zhao. He was still in a tattered suit. Li Fan said, "Open Alipay." "What are you doing?" "I'll give you this month's salary," Li Fan said. Ding. "When Alipay arrives, 60,000 yuan will be paid." Lei Zhao was overjoyed and thanked him repeatedly. "I have been on the job for half a day now, but surprisingly, I received a month's salary in advance. The boss is a good person, and he gave birth to a precious child early. In fact, Li Fan is stingy in many ways, but often he is very generous. In serious matters, Li Fan never procrastinates and takes decisive action." Lei Zhao followed him and naturally wouldn't treat him unfairly, which was also the promise he had made before. "Go back and find a hotel, and I will reimburse you 60% when I come back," said Li Fan. "Boss, yeah, the boss is magnanimous. The boss has a precious son early on," Lei Zhao said happily. Li Fan was about to go to Taobao to buy something for his family with his phone in hand when Lei Zhao hurriedly walked over holding it. Li Fan asked, "Didn't you leave?" Lei Zhao quickly said, "I can't leave this time. Song Huijia has come knocking on my door again, look at this." Lei Zhao took out his mobile phone, which was playing TikTok Local Life. Unexpectedly, the video of them just smashing a car was captured and posted online. The number of likes for this video is surprisingly high at 200,000. In less than an hour, things have just fermented in this way. Li Fan put down his phone and then asked, "Lei Zhao, why did you also watch Douyin videos?" Lei Zhao said, "When I come here, I naturally want to understand the life here. If I encounter someone who needs to go to court due to rough roads, I can even earn some extra income. I didn't expect to see a video of us smashing a car as soon as I opened my phone." Li Fan said slowly, "I have already watched the video. To be honest, I am very angry. The video has no beginning or end, and only retains the scene of us smashing the car, without capturing the entire process. The truth is that I was hit first." Lei Zhao nodded in agreement and said, "Moreover, all the accompanying text has led the contradiction towards you. Pay attention, he actually said that two men smashed cars without reason and injured passers-by, hoping that the law can impose strict punishment. This statement is really excessive." Lei Zhao took out his phone again and clicked on the homepage of the person who took the video. Son of a bitch, he even made a sequel with an interview with Song Huijia. Li Fan's face darkened as he pondered for a moment and said, "I need the contact information of the video account. Now, arrange for her to contact me immediately. I need her to send a new video to clarify the background of the incident." Lei Zhao said awkwardly, "It's easy to get in touch. You can just message him privately in the video." Looking at such a clumsy approach, Li Fan asked in response, "Aren't you a gold medal lawyer? You can't even do this. Video is not within the scope of the law." Lei Zhao shrugged, Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 5. Is this what you call justice? You are listening at novelfull.audio. So. Li Fan and the others immediately began to contact the person who posted the video at the bottom of the video. The blogger who made the video is actually a young woman. The internet name is even a bit peculiar. It is called the Embodiment of Justice. And there are also 800,000 fans, making him a decent anchor. Looking at the profile picture, he is an internet celebrity in his 20s and 20s who earns attention by relying on videos with his entire body exposed. In her videos, most of them are borderline videos, and there are also some anti-counterfeiting videos of justice ambassadors who are out of place. However, just as the two were still using the private chat function to contact her, the video that exposed them had already become a hot search topic. More than 500,000 likes and over 70,000 or 80,000 comments. In each comment, the disdain for Li Fan and his wife can almost curse each of them to death. She should have deliberately ignored us, she's still hyping up this topic. Li Fan chatted for a long time in private, but there was no news. Finally, he left his phone and came to a conclusion. Lei Zhao said with great certainty, "You guessed exactly right. Look, she has updated another video." Li Fan clicked on it and saw that it was actually a video of her interviewing Song Huijia. The content surprised Li Fan even more. In the video, Song Huijia is completely a victim, tearfully accusing Li Fan of the atrocities she committed against her. "I was walking normally on the roadside, but he came over and without hesitation hit me, slapping me twice in the face. I was stunned at the time and thought to myself, how could there be such a person? I really dare not report to the police, I'm afraid he will retaliate against me." Lei Zhao and Li Fan, take a look at me, take a look at you. "I regret not killing her," Li Fan said. Lei Zhao waved his hand and said, "It's useless. They have the upper hand in public opinion now, and we have become very passive." Lei Zhao pointed to the unfinished video and continued, "If you don't handle this kind of thing well, it may bring you great distress in your future life. Including but not limited to, your personal credit information, the company you operate, and so on." The video is still playing. The Justice Messenger, the internet celebrity, stood up and appeared in the camera. Her eyes were filled with anger and she passionately and generously said to the camera, "My family, who knows? A weak woman was subjected to violence in public. Where is the law and justice? Old ties pay more attention to let more people know that we must use our justice to dig out the perpetrators and bring them to justice. We righteous individuals will never bow down to evil forces." Li Fan took a look and opened the comments section, delivering a mixture of righteous and indignant speeches. "Awesome, the anchor. We support you. The world is harmonious because of people like you who are not afraid of power. As the name suggests, I admire your courage and bravery. The anchor has a spirit of integrity, and we should learn from you. No, the whole country should learn from you." Lei Zhao also read these comments with Li Fan. At this moment, even he couldn't help but put a hand on his forehead, shaking his head and sighing. Li Fan put down his phone and a strange smile appeared at the corner of his mouth. Suddenly, he said to Lei Zhao, "Isn't this a bit excessive? We even hit people and smashed cars. Should we be more just?" Lei Zhao almost understood Li Fan's meaning in an instant and said with a wicked smile, "Yes, we want justice." Li Fan shrugged and smiled, "How should justice be done? Money can make ghosts grind." Lei Zhao smiled. "Reserve money, let's go," Li Fan instructed. An hour later, after 2 small tips from Lei Zhao in the video, Li Fan and his wife finally met the incarnation of justice, the internet celebrity anchor Zhang Rong. Zhang Rong is slightly shorter than an ordinary woman, but in the video, she has been stretched and doesn't look like a person. She was shocked that the 2 perpetrators dared to come and find her. However, she brought a strong man over today and also brought Song Huijia. If necessary, she can directly start a live broadcast without fear of them hitting someone. "I didn't expect you 2 shrunken turtles to dare to come see me, you have some courage," Zhang Rong said. Li Fan shouted, "Don't pretend to be garlic. You should have inquired about the whole situation with Song Huijia long ago. You know they hit me first while driving, you just want to attract attention and hype up the topic." Zhang Rong twisted her head, still unable to let go of her proud figure. With a loud bang, Li Fan threw a stack of 100,000 yuan in front of Zhang Rong. A thick stack of money made a gentle sound on the ground. But the sound in Zhang Rong's ears was deafening. "Delete the video for me," Li Fan's tone was unquestionable. Zhang Rong opened her mouth and wanted to refuse, but the charm of money was too great for her to refuse. Unable to refuse, but unable to refute her own justice, Zhang Rong squatted down and picked up the money, only to say, I think my video just now was inappropriate, so I might as well delete it. Otherwise, it is easy to mislead others. After speaking, she took out her phone and directly deleted the first video that exposed Li Fan. Seeing her obedient appearance, Li Fan and Lei Zhao immediately burst into laughter. Li Fan took out another stack of money and threw it on the ground, laughing, "Aren't you the embodiment of justice? Why are you unjust? Take the money and make another clarification video." Faced with the temptation of money, even Zhang Rong, who has 800,000 fans, cannot resist it. Don't be fooled by how many fans she has, the only ones who follow her are some losers who don't have money or girlfriends. After starting a live broadcast, she earns 1,000 yuan to make ends meet. When will she have to save 100,000 yuan? Under the influence of money, Zhang Rong's justice once again suffered a complete defeat. She obediently followed suit without any hesitation. Even for Li Fan, who is a big boss with generous spending, she no longer dislikes him, but instead has a desire to get closer. After filming the video, Li Fan laughed heartily. He pulled out the money again, unsure of what he wanted to do. Song Huijia couldn't bear to watch on the side anymore. As she watched Zhang Rong squat down to pick up money, she suddenly stopped her. "Sister Zhang Rong, what are you doing? Aren't you trying to help me regain justice?" "Don't do this," advised Song Huijia. Zhang Rong was dizzy with a face full of 300,000 yuan smashed on her back. She pushed Song Huijia away to pick up the money and said, "Get out of here. The whole thing happened when you hit someone while driving, and now you're still trying to blackmail them. Do you want to lose face?" Upon hearing this, Li Fan was overjoyed and ordered, "Very well, I'll ask you to slap Song Huijia with a big mouth, very loudly, otherwise I won't pay." Zhang Rong's eyes lit up and she greedily looked at Song Huijia. Pop. This slap carried no hesitation and resounded throughout the entire road. Li Fan laughed heartily after watching it, suddenly picked up his phone and shouted at the camera, "Foolish forks who watch live broadcasts, is this what you call justice? Your justice is not firm enough. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 6. My view on punishment. You are listening at novel full.audio. Zhang Rong was stunned. My body also froze, still holding on to the position of picking up money as I did earlier. Upon hearing Li Fan's words, she instinctively felt deceived and instinctively shouted, "Family members, it's not like this. Please listen to my explanation." She was about to go up and explain. Li Fanzhen didn't give her a chance and pushed her away with a smile, saying, "Your explanation is pale and powerless. You are willing to do anything for money, what else are you explaining? What's there to explain?" He smiled at the camera and said, "This is what you call a righteous anchor. He uses all means for money, even physically assaulting others for no reason. It shows how hypocritical these people are." Zhang Rong's character collapsed. After a brief moment of awkwardness, fear, and unease, Zhang Rong looked at the money in her eyes and simply pouted and felt uneasy. The dead pig was not afraid of boiling water, so she directly showcased her cards. "That's right, I'm just that kind of person. What's wrong?" She said confidently, "I'm doing it for money, but I also have some troubles. My mother is seriously ill, and I urgently need some money to treat her." "Shut up, you." Li Fan couldn't stand it anymore and said, "Don't be so morally righteous. It's a lie to respect the old and love the young. To open and shut up. You are especially short of money. Lao Tai in the broadcast room is not as short of money as you are. No one has done anything morally illegal, why did you do it?" Li Fan left Zhang Rong speechless in his criticism. Even those who were scolded by Li Fan in the barrage just now support Li Fan's remarks. The young man is right. I am also very short of money, but I am not like the anchor who does moral and illegal things. That's right, even though I just want money, I'm full of justice. It's really a matter of taking it seriously. What a shame. Don't say anything, just go ahead and clear the level. Zhang Rong was pushed to the forefront of the storm. But netizens clearly had no intention of letting him go like this. Some of them didn't mind the big deal, even recorded the entire live broadcast on screen, edited it themselves, and sent it out. Zhang Rong's so-called righteous persona is beginning to accelerate its collapse. Zhang Rong looked at the 300,000 yuan in her hand and thought for a moment, it wasn't too bad. Even if her account was gone, she managed to make 300,000 yuan. This is more than what she earns by live streaming for 1 or 2 years. That's okay too. Li Fan signaled to Lei Zhao when he saw that she was leaving. Lei Zhao knew Li Fan's thoughts like the palm of his hand, and immediately blocked Zhang Rong's way. He smiled and said, "Bring the money, my master's money. Can you take it with you? You don't even look at what you have." Zhang Rong didn't expect that this 300,000 yuan would not be so easy to obtain. Immediately, he argued and said, "This is my money, what I paid for. Why don't you let me take it with you?" "Why? You're calling it illegal and appropriate." Lei Zhao laughed heartily. He was not afraid of others reasoning with him. He was a gold medal lawyer and had 9 ways to prevent Zhang Rong from getting money. "If I catch you in squat for 2 days, I think you'll be honest," Lei Zhao shouted. Zhang Rong still refused to let go. After all, she did not understand Lei Zhao's methods. The burly man following her didn't hesitate at this moment and said confidently, "Don't be afraid, sister. I don't believe he really stole your money." He spoke and straightened his 6 major abdominal muscles. Although Lei Zhao had dealt with people before, he was also well aware that he did not take advantage of fierce fighting. So he took out his phone and casually said, "Call the police. If you want to squat, I can't do anything about it." When he said that, basically this person squatted down without a doubt. At this moment, Li Fan reached out and stopped him, saying with a smile, "It's too troublesome to call the police. It's better to play something bigger." Lei Zhao paused and looked at him puzzled, saying, "How do you want to play?" Li Fan shook his jawbone and pondered for a moment before saying, "The kind that can make her squat." Lei Zhao said, "Aren't I just going to send her to jail? Don't worry, she won't be able to come out in 15 days. I have 9 options." Li Fan reached out and interrupted Lei Zhao's words, emphasizing, "I'm not talking about this, I'm talking about the kind of sentence." Lei Zhao looked at Li Fan's gaze with awe. "Sir, you're really playing," he said, "bad enough, pure enough." Li Fan chuckled and said, "I never said I am a gentleman. I was not before, I am not now, and I will definitely not be in the future. I like women, the more beautiful women are, the more I like them. That's all I have. If I have money, I will spend my days indulging in extravagance and drunkenness. I have never had much revenge. Whoever provokes me, I will retaliate against them. It's just that simple." Lei Zhao nodded in agreement and said, "I understand. You're just like any man in the world." "There's nothing wrong with that," he added. Li Fan looked at the time and felt that it had been too long. Then he glanced at Zhang Rong and said, "I'll leave this matter to you to handle. No matter what method you use, it's cheating, buying or selling. Anyway, if someone makes me unhappy, you can send her to the bureau. I'll give you 3 days' time." After saying these 2 sentences, Li Fan remembered something and continued to explain, "Remember, when you enter the bureau, you belong to the bureau. Don't let her get any benefits from me. I won't give her a penny." Lei Zhao knows Li Fan's personality too well. The iron rooster is stingy, don't try to catch a drop of oil and water from him. Lei Zhao immediately nodded and said, "Don't worry, let me handle it. It won't take 3 days, I can send you the person in 1 day." Li Fan was very satisfied and thought of something. He immediately said, "Also, I don't have a driver's license yet. Can you help me get one?" "Okay, no problem," Lei Zhao said. Li Fan's BMW cannot be abandoned, and he also quite likes luxury cars. So he asked Lei Zhao to buy him a driver's license. Of course, a driver's license must be a legitimate one, but how to get through it is not the responsibility of Li Fan, and it is entirely up to Lei Zhao to take care of. After completing the task, Li Fan transferred 1 million to Lei Zhao. But he specifically confessed, after everything is done, there must be 600,000 to 700,000 left in the card, don't spend too much. Lei Zhao smiled bitterly and said, spending a lot of money on big things, spending a little money on small things, can't you do good things? Master, don't you understand the truth behind this? Li Fan said, my ancestors also said, every drop of water wears away a stone, persevere. Don't be verbose, hurry up and do the right thing. After speaking, he gloated and walked up to Zhang Rong, feeling quite proud, saying, I don't want your money anymore. I wish you success in the future and a good life in prison. Zhang Rong looked excited and asked again, do you really want it? Do you want to leave a WeChat? Li Fan said disdainfully, you can pull it down. I don't know what it looks like in my heart. No appointment, thank you. Song Huijia was still joining in the fun on the side, catching up and saying, well. Li Fan, let's reconcile. I don't mind what you do to me, can we reconcile? Li Fan looked disdainfully at Song Huijia, who looked ordinary and unremarkable, and said, Song Huijia, you don't even pee and look in the mirror. Do you deserve to reconcile with me now? Do you deserve to? He was too grateful that Song Huijia had dumped him. Otherwise, the woman of this power will definitely use his money to devour it alone. This is Pan Jinlian. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Do you still want to play me in Chapter 7? You are listening at novel full.audio. But I really need you. Song Huijia made a self-proclaimed affectionate expression and looked at Li Fan with a shy expression on her face. I have grown up, Li Fan. I am no longer as mischievous as a little girl. Please believe me again. She said with utmost sincerity. After speaking, he even picked up Li Fan's hand. Li Fan's hand was held by her, feeling the warmth coming from her palm. The words she had just spoken hard suddenly became hard to say. He looked at the woman in front of him. Song Huijia was originally his childhood sweetheart, and the two of them talked about college from high school to graduation. Even after graduating from university, the two did not separate. In the long-distance race of love, the two of them were also on the list. However, after graduation and entering a materialistic society, Song Huijia's mentality gradually changed. She began to become materialistic and no longer satisfied. Even though Li Fan gave her a new phone every year and bought gifts during festivals, it still couldn't satisfy her appetite. Yesterday, it was because Song Huijia wanted Li Fan to apply for an ID card loan to buy a house for his younger brother, and the situation broke up, so the two broke up. Jia, why are you doing this? Li Fan breathed a sigh, but a sneer came from his heart. He knew what the woman wanted to do, and now he wanted to accompany her in acting. When Song Huijia saw Li Fan's words soften, she thought he no longer cared and threw herself into Li Fan's arms, her voice immediately choking up a lot. She said with red eyes, I really can't do without you. Fool, actually you don't know. I didn't sleep last night and I've been worried about you. I never thought about breaking up with you, I just want to see how much you love me. Song Huijia said. Li Fan gently stroked her hair with his hand and even sniffed it hard on her scalp. Then he deliberately looked at Song Huijia with a gentle gaze and said in a gentle tone, Hehe, do you know why I did this to you just now? Actually, I'm also testing you, wanting to see if you really love me. Song Huijia quickly said, I really love you, Li Fan. I am willing to prove myself. Li Fan reached out to cover her small mouth and smiled, saying, fool, you have proven yourself. I believe you love me. Song Huijia wept with joy and took Li Fan's hand, saying, so, that means. Are you willing to reconcile with me? Li Fan showed an imperceptible bad smile and then returned to his original state, slowly saying, of course, fool, how could I be willing to leave you? Song Huijia never felt that Li Fan was as charming as she is today. Even a simple smile made her so obsessed and intoxicated. At this moment, both of their moods became exceptionally good. At this moment, Song Huijia quickly suggested, we just separated and now we're back together. I suggest we go on a trip to relax. I heard that Sanya, Hainan is quite good. The luxury version of the two-person tour costs 200,000 yuan for 5 days. Let's play this. Oh, but I don't have a bag yet. My best friend's boyfriend gave her a bag worth over 10,000 yuan. You know, we grew up together, and I don't want to lose to her at this time. I also want a bag, and what I want is not expensive. It only costs 30,000 yuan, right? After speaking, Song Huijia looked at Li Fan with an embarrassed expression and said, Xiao Fan, you won't mind me spending your money, will you? Li Fan looked at Song Huijia with doting eyes, touched his hair with his hand, and smiled, how could this happen? You're my girlfriend, so it's only right to spend some money. Song Huijia gave Li Fan a solid hug. Suddenly, she thought of something and quickly said, oh my, I suddenly want to go to the bathroom. Can you wait for me? Li Fan nodded. Watching Song Huijia leave, Li Fan silently opened his phone and checked his balance on it. Dear user of China Construction Bank with ending number 9523, your available balance is ***. 38 yuan. There's just too much money. Flowers cannot be spent. Even if he doesn't do any work every day and earns interest in the bank, there are still several million yuan of interest per year that he can afford. He has already achieved financial freedom, but unfortunately, this wealth can only be controlled by himself. As for being controlled by others, don't even think about it. After a while, Song Huijia ran over with a panicked expression. What's wrong? Li Fan asked. Song Huijia was sweating profusely and anxiously said to Li Fan, no problem, Xiao Fan. My younger brother just called me and his girlfriend is going to break up with him. Li Fan asked, why? Song Huijia said somewhat disappointed, he said my younger brother is so poor he can't even afford a house, and he's suffering with him, so. If only you could help him. After thinking for a moment, Li Fan couldn't help but nod and said, that's right. As my uncle, I should give him a good help. I used to have no money, so if I didn't help, I wouldn't help anymore. Now that I have money, I must help him well once. Song Huijia didn't expect Li Fan to be so righteous, and excitedly said, that's great, Li Fan. You're really the best boyfriend in the world. She asked, so. Can you give my brother a down payment? Upon hearing this, Li Fan's face changed and his voice spoke with a hint of anger, saying, that's too much. What kind of person are you treating me like? Song Chang is my brother. Law, isn't our relationship reflected in the same down payment? I'll give him a house. No, it's a villa. Song Huijia's eyes lit up and she excitedly said, all right, let's go buy it for him quickly. His girlfriend really ran away later. At this moment, Li Fan calmly waved his hand and said, don't worry, although I have money on my card, it is restricted because it is an overseas transfer and cannot be withdrawn within 72 hours. How much money do you have at home? Let's use your money first. Upon hearing these words, Song Huijia's face showed displeasure. Li Fan quickly said, I already have 1 billion yuan, and I also have a BMW. Will I play tricks on those 3 melons and 2 dates in your family? Upon hearing her words, Song Huijia felt relieved. She thought for a moment and said, I have over 50,000 yuan in my own hand, and my younger brother should have over 30,000 yuan in his hand. I don't know how much money my family can come up with. Wait a moment, I'll make a phone call and ask. Song Huijia grabbed her phone and ran away. She arrived at the bathroom just now and dialed Song Chang's phone number. Brother, this idiot has been fooled. He wants to buy you a big house. Haha, this idiot even wanted to dump me, but I tricked him into it in just a few words. He is completely devoted to me now. I not only want him to obediently buy you a house, but I also want to transfer all her money and not leave a penny for him. Alright, let's not talk about it for now. Go and withdraw all the money from your family. Today, let's go buy a house. So as not to have too many dreams at night, this idiot will back out. Song Huijia is teaching her brother how to do things, while Li Fan is currently holding his phone and checking the housing prices in various residential areas in the city. At the corner of his eye, a hint of subtle cunning flashed. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 8. Self-inflicted sin cannot live. You are listening at novel full.audio. Brother-in-law, brother-in-law. Song Chang came running over shortly, holding his family's bank card. As soon as they met, they affectionately called out to Li Fan's brother-in-law and said they wanted to give him a hug, but Li Fan refused. Your sister and I haven't gotten married yet, so don't let brother-in-law and brother-in-law shout like that, said Li Fan. One day my sister, all day my sister. Song Chang grinned and said, one day is my brother-in-law, and the rest of my life is my brother-in-law. Song Huijia also smiled beside her. If we put it in the past, the situation wouldn't be like this. Song Chang had never seen Li Fan in person, and his family did not pay much attention to Li Fan, a young man from an ordinary background. Her mother even advises to divide them every day. Unexpectedly, feng shui took turns, and their family would also have a day of bowing and bowing to themselves. Li Fan interrupted Song Chang's polite words and asked directly, how much money did you bring with you this time? When Song Chang saw Li Fan inquiring about money, he became cautious and stuttered, brother-in-law, not brother. I brought a total of 560,000 yuan, which is the hard-earned money in my family. It's all the savings of me, my sister, and my parents. You said to let me advance the money first, are you really confident about this? Don't let me be fooled. Li Fan's face changed and his expression showed a slight anger. He scolded, bastard, what kind of person do you think I am? Am I the kind of person who speaks without hesitation? Since you're not sincere, let's not talk about helping you buy a house. Get lost. Seeing the great god of wealth struggling, Song Chang was so frightened that he quickly changed his mind and said, no, brother-in-law and brother-in-law. I was joking with you, how could I not believe you? Anyway, these money doesn't go through your hands, and I'm not afraid of being tricked by you, haha. He chuckled twice to conceal his embarrassment. Li Fan relaxed slightly when he saw that he was hesitant. He said, I just sent my lawyer to inquire. The most impressive and luxurious residential area in this city, besides Haishang Haoding, belongs to Qinghua Yaju. The two of them immediately respected Li Fan as soon as they heard him say, my lawyer. I dare not question Li Fan at all anymore. At this moment, Li Fan said again, I have already taken care of the house for you. Don't you have 560,000 yuan? You can just make a down payment. Let's use this money as the down payment first. Li Fan's words now seem like golden words to the two of them. They only have the authority to nod, not to refute or question. Song Chang nodded slightly and said, okay, how much is the full payment? Brother-in-law. The full payment is over 3.5 million yuan, which is a drop in the bucket for me. However, my account has been frozen and it will take 72 hours to unfreeze, so you must pay the down payment. Do you understand? Li Fan said in an unquestionable tone. Although Song Chang hesitated, he didn't dare to express himself and could only say, "I understand. I'm just worried that if I can't repay the loan, I might have to pay over 20,000 yuan in just 1 month, right?" Li Fan pretended to be angry and said, "What? Don't believe in my strength? Then you can do it yourself." Seeing that Li Fan was angry, Song Chang quickly apologized, "Brother.In.Law, I was wrong. I trusted your strength too much, so I'll do as you said. Let's make a down payment first, and in 2 days, you'll pay back all the money." "Well, okay," Li Fan didn't even think about answering. Seeing him nod, Song Chang and Song Huijia both showed a hint of eerie laughter. So, the three of them studied the so-called details again, and Li Fan took them to the sales office to buy a house. "Sir, do you want to buy a house?" The salesperson at Qinghua Yaju saw that Li Fan and the others were coming aggressively and knew they were wealthy owners, without any hesitation or neglect. "Buy a house," Li Fanhao said confidently. "Sir, your taste is really good. Our Qinghua Yaju is the best house in our city." Before the sales could finish speaking, Li Fan interrupted him and said sternly, "I don't want the best house, I want the most expensive house. Don't you understand? The most expensive." The salesperson was overjoyed and pointed to a high-rise building on the sand table, saying, "This is the most expensive house, with a total price of 3.55 million yuan. Listening to Li Fan's conversation with the sales representative, Song Chang and Song Huijia covered their mouths and chuckled behind them. "This idiot is so easy to deceive. My sister just made him spend money like this with just a few words. It seems that we need to make every effort to trap him in the future. Sister, if you get his money, quickly break up with him. This kind of person's offspring can easily affect intelligence." Song Huijia sneered, "So why do you say that? If it's not for his money, do you think I'll be good with him?" As the two were speaking, Li Fan shouted, "Come here, sign the contract." Song Chang quickly ran over. Li Fan patted the salesperson's shoulder at this moment and said to Song Chang, "I have already discussed the matter with the salesperson. You only need to pay a deposit of 560,000 yuan and make up the remaining payment later. This house will be yours. Pay the deposit." Wow, this is too fast. Rich people have different ways of doing things. They don't even look at the house first, they just sign the contract. Song Chang chuckled and looked at Li Fan with pity. "I thought to myself, idiot, what's the point of being tricked by me for over 3 million yuan? Brother-in-law, you go over there and sit down first. I'll come find you after I pay the deposit, haha." Song Chang was already a bit impatient. Li Fan, like a sculpture, stood straight beside him and said decisively, "No, I have to see you sign the contract with my own eyes." He deliberately emphasized the word firsthand. Song Chang didn't know what he meant by this sentence, thinking that Li Fan was afraid of being tricked by sales, so he said so. He didn't care either. He casually wrote his name on the deposit and handed over his family of 4, their lifelong savings. Li Fan saw that Song Chang had paid the money and signed the document. For safety reasons, he asked the salesperson again, "Can the deposit be refunded? If the final payment is not received in time, the deposit is different from the deposit. We have signed a deposit which cannot be refunded, sir, unless you can make up the final payment," said the salesperson. "Then I can rest assured." Li Fan finally showed a wicked smile at this moment. He was not reassured by sales, but by the words signed by Song Chang. Once signed, he must fulfill legal benefits. Otherwise, this deposit won't come back. Song Huijia, you two siblings will slowly work for a lifetime to repay this final payment. If your siblings still want to pit my money, let's just dream about it." Li Fan laughed and took out his phone, blacklisting Song Huijia, Song Chang, and all their contact information. I'll go out and take a look. After completing everything, he said to his siblings. Then, without looking back, he left the sales center with a steady stream of stars. Leaving the sales office, looking up at the sky is high with clear clouds and fresh air. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Song Huijia, you've calculated thousands of dollars. You've calculated it over and over again, and it's up to you. Don't want this 560,000 yuan. This is called self-inflicted wrongdoing, cannot live. Li Fan laughed heartily, waved and hit a car, and flew back to his villa as if flying. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 9. Blood Pit 300000. You are listening at novel full.audio. In the evening, Lei Zhao returned. He wanted to flip-flop as soon as he entered the room, but was stopped by Li Fan. Don't flip-flops yet. This is South African marble, what if I step on it? He pointed to the large marble slab at the entrance of the villa and said. Lei Zhao was dusty all the way, wiping his sweat with his hand and saying, Master, believe me, my feet are much more expensive than this broken marble. Li Fan smiled and handed him a bottle of soda, then asked, how's everything going? Lei Zhao took the soda, looked up and took 2 big gulps, panting heavily. I've already solved it for you, he said. I got one of the 2 people inside, and this time I really have to squat down and get sentenced, said Lei Zhao. Li Fan was very curious and asked, how did you get her inside? It seems like things are very simple when you say that. Lei Zhao smiled and said, there are specialties in martial arts. As long as my elder brother's money is in place and I am willing, I have 9 ways to make him sit on the sidelines. 9. At this moment, Li Fan asked again, how much money is left? Lei Zhao roughly calculated and then said, there is still over 600,000 left. Excluding the 300,000 that needs to be returned, it's equivalent to only spending around 100,000. Upon hearing this, Li Fan nodded in satisfaction. The rest of the money will be left in your car to facilitate future work, and the driver's license will be served with dim sum. I really want to drive now, Li Fan said. The 2 walked upstairs together. Lei Zhao saw that Li Fan was in a good mood and quickly asked, Big brother, what's the situation? Have you already taken down the woman next door who is married and has children? He carefully analyzed it and then said, this is not surprising. After all, with the blessing of money ability, few people can withstand this temptation. Li Fan said, that's nothing, it's something else. Lei Zhao patted his thigh and said in confusion, is it related to today's traffic jam? Li Fan asked, what is it related to traffic congestion? On the way here, I saw Song Huijia at a sales office. On the rooftop. We're going to jump off the building. The people in the bureau are all here, and then I heard her say that with so much money, even if we work for a lifetime, we can't afford anything. Lei Zhao said. The surrounding cars are so congested that everyone is looking at them. He added again. Li Fan's mouth grinned and asked, and later on, did you jump? Lei Zhao waved his hand and said, I just heard a rough idea. It seems like someone from the government said that a contract has legal effect. After signing and paying, there is no such thing as a refund. As he spoke, Lei Zhao looked at Li Fan and exclaimed in surprise, brother, so you did this game. High, really high. Directly causing the siblings to lose all their money, a family of 4 earns money, and they lose it in just 2 hours. Li Fan's mouth was almost grinning behind his ears. Finally, I was able to relieve my anger on Song Huijia, which greatly pleased my heart. Hurry up. He took out his phone and showed him the transfer, which was a total of 300,000 yuan from a stranger. I not only want his and his brother's money to never come back, but their money has also been transferred to my bank card. Li Fan smiled. how clever Lei Zhao is. He understood the transfer at a glance. Good guy, you contacted the salesperson in advance and cooperated with you to set the deal together. After the matter is resolved, you two will split the money between his siblings' 4 or 6 accounts. Bully, it's a pity that you don't have the brain to do business, big brother. Lei Zhao exclaimed in admiration. As he analyzed it perfectly, Li Fan secretly spoke ill of Song Huijia and his siblings behind their backs and colluded with the salesperson to cheat them out of their money. The salesperson knows this kind of thing too well, he knows how to do it without involving himself, so even that contract was tampered with. Unfortunately, Song Chong was solely focused on deceiving Li Fan's money and did not carefully examine it. At this point, Song Chong and his companions could only bear the consequences alone, completely unrelated to Li Fan and his companions. Open Alipay, Li Fan said. Lei Zhao's eyes lit up and he exclaimed in surprise, can't you? You're paying me another month's salary. Big brother, you're really great. Li Fan dug out his ears and said calmly, I just don't want you to live in my house. Ding. 60,000 yuan has been paid by Alipay. Lei Zhao's phone has an extra month's salary. Lei Zhao's gaze towards Li Fan changed, and he choked up as he said, Big brother, you're just a sharp-tongued tofu heart. Big brother, you're really great. I wish you a family full of children and grandchildren, and have a precious son soon. Li Fan waved his hand. I understand, I'll disappear now. Lei Zhao said happily. Don't forget to get my driver's license as soon as possible, said Li Fan. Lei Zhao said happily, I have arranged it. I promise to personally deliver the driver's license to you by tomorrow night at the latest. Lei Zhao was swift and decisive, and what Li Fan never expected was that his driver's license didn't have to wait until tomorrow night. The next day, at noon, Lei Zhao called him and said that his driver's license had already been obtained. This speed surprised Li Fan a bit. Where are you? Bring it over to me, Li Fan said over the phone. Brother, I'm on the street next to you. Walk a little closer to me, and I'll go back to your side. Let's meet on the street, Lei Zhao said over the phone. Hang up the phone, Li Fan walked towards the street corner. In no time, as expected, Lei Zhao appeared on the street ahead, holding a small black notebook high in his hand, which should be his driver's license. It has to be said that Lei Zhao has truly applied his legal knowledge to the extreme. It is difficult for a normal person to buy a driver's license from a legitimate driver's license, but he can easily handle it, and his strength is evident. During his contemplation, Li Fan suddenly heard a loud roar from the sky, which was deafening and piercing through his brain. Big brother, run quickly. Someone is going to bump into you. Lei Zhao was only a few steps away from him when suddenly he shouted at him. Li Fan knew without hesitation that at this moment, there must be a speeding car behind him, charging towards him without bias. He instinctively dodged to the side, convinced that he had dodged the impact of the car behind him, but Lei Zhao, amidst screams, collided head-on. A muffled bang. Lei Zhao, like a shell, was hit by the front of the car and flew out 2 meters away. He fell heavily to the ground. The car that hit him also stopped at this moment. Li Fan looked up and found out that it was Zhang Rong, the incarnation of a million internet celebrity anchor and justice envoy. If I remember correctly, Zhang Rong has already been sent to the bureau by Lei Zhao for sentencing. How could it still appear here? Can it be said that there is also a significant influence behind Zhang Rong that cannot be underestimated? Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 10. Super Bowl's Body Strengthening Skills. You are listening at novelfull.audio. It's not yet time to consider this, Li Fan has already heard Lei Zhao's painful howls. 4. Everything is 4. He lay on the ground, one hand weakly reaching out to Li Fan. Li Fan rushed over and helped him up from the ground. Excitedly, he said, "Good brother, don't talk. You're seriously injured now." He said, "I know, you were just hit by a car just to save me." Lei Zhao nodded and tightly grasped Li Fan with one bloody hand, staring at him with both eyes and saying, It's all for money. Money. No problem, when you're good, I'll give you money. Li Fan said. After speaking, Zhang Rong, who had already panicked in the car, shouted, "Get off." Seeing her hiding in the car and afraid to come out, Li Fan went over and opened the car door, pulling Zhang Rong down. He had intended to slap Rong wide open, but upon reflection, he felt a bit strange and couldn't help but ask Lei Zhao, "Didn't you say you sent her in? Why are you still here?" Lei Zhao sat up from the ground, scratched his head and said, "I sent him in. I sent one of the two people in, and I sent his brother in." Li Fan's face was covered in black lines and he said, "You sent the wrong person." Lei Zhao said innocently, "You didn't say who to send me in." Li Fan ignored Lei Zhao and grabbed Zhang Rong, saying, "What's going on?" Zhang Rong struggled and said, "You caused my brother to enter the station, and I'm going to drive and kill you. Rich, you are amazing, Rich, you only have one life." Li Fan threw her to the ground. On the hard cement ground, Zhang Rong was thrown upside down. "Go to jail and curse the streets." Li Fan took out his phone and dialed the police number. The law enforcement officers quickly arrived at the scene. Then he took out his notebook, looked at it on sight, and finally asked Li Fan, "What's going on?" Li Fan roughly explained the process, and the law enforcement officers immediately looked at Zhang Rong and said, "You're not afraid. If you drive and hit someone, without mediation, you'll be sentenced to several years. Don't be stunned, get in the car." He ordered his subordinates to escort Zhang Rong onto the car, but did not handcuff her. "Kid, come with me too. You're the party involved," the law enforcement officer said to Li Fan. Li Fan saw Lei Zhao being pulled into an ambulance and didn't know if he could take care of himself alone in the hospital. He said, "I'll take him to the hospital first." "That's okay, you go first and come back later." After the law enforcement officers finished speaking, they got in the car and left. In the evening, downstairs from the hospital, Li Fan and Lei Zhao each took a cigarette and sat there slowly smoking. Lei Zhao suffered a bone fracture and had his left hand cast. Now that the anesthesia had passed, he couldn't sleep in pain and came out to smoke with Li Fan. Li Fan couldn't sleep either. Although Zhang Rong has been arrested, her words gave Li Fan a big clue. No matter how much money you have, what's the use? You only have one life. This sentence can be said to be a wake-up call to him. He is very wealthy now, but he is extremely fragile. If something unexpected happens, no matter how much money he has, he will not be able to spend it. Zhang Rong is not an exception. There are also Song Chang, Song Huijia, and even that greasy female manager who hates him. In the future, his enemies will only increase, and with his ordinary body alone, he cannot withstand persecution. I seem to remember that the system only appeared once when it was the first time to reward him, but it never appeared again. Other people's systems are incredibly powerful, I don't know how strong their systems are. System. Li Fan called out in his heart. But there was no response. The destiny system. Li Fan shouted again. "I'm here." The sweet sound of the destiny system rang out again. Li Fan was overjoyed and quickly asked, "Do we have any powerful skills in our system?" As soon as Li Fan finished speaking, a panel appeared in front of him that ordinary people couldn't see. Numerous aura skills are listed in a dazzling array above. Perspective Skill Gift Pack. Redeem 15 points. Body Strengthening Gift Package. Redeem 2 points. Top Medical Gift Package. Redeem 15 points. Investment Return Rate Gift Package. Redeem 2 points. Extraordinary breeding gift package. Redeem 6 points. 1 nanochip gift package .1999 points. Curvature engine gift pack .99999 points. All of them are the most impressive skills, and Li Fan's heart was filled with excitement when he saw them. If he took out any of these skills, he could achieve success. Points. Li Fan thought a little when he saw the required exchange conditions later on. For every 100 million yuan spent, you can earn 1 point, the system explained. Hiss. Li Fan took a cold breath. I didn't expect a point to be so expensive, it would cost 1 billion. May I ask if the host chooses to spend 100 million and redeem 1 point? The system's voice rang again. Farewell for now, Li Fan said. This is really too expensive. It takes several hundred million to buy a skill, and some of the more impressive skills at the bottom even cost tens of trillions. This is outrageously expensive. And he doesn't have so much money to spend now. He only has 1 billion now, so he can only redeem 10 points. Li Fan's gaze remained on the panel for a long time. He really wanted that perspective skill, but the required points were too high. How about the physical reinforcement gift package system? Li Fan asked, focusing on the lowest value gift package that only requires 2 points to exchange. Body strengthening gift package, which can strengthen the host's body, including strength, agility, physique, perception, all will receive the maximum strengthening effect. There are 100 sets of combat gift packages, including gift packages for marksmanship and swordsmanship. After hearing this, Li Fan said without hesitation, I'll buy a health enhancement gift pack. Ding! Congratulations to the host. Spend 2 points and receive a body strengthening gift package. The gift package is currently being distributed. Congratulations to the host for obtaining the enhancement effect. Next, the panel in front of Li Fan was replaced with his own appearance, with a row of attributes next to it. Name: Li Fan. Age: 19 years old. Power: 60, ordinary people can reach up to 10-inch agility. 60, ordinary people can reach up to 10-inch physical fitness. 70, the highest for ordinary people is 10-inch perception. 50, the highest for ordinary people is 7-inch. Li Fan only felt a warm current enter his body, and then his body appeared strange. He found that his gaze became clearer. He looked up and could even see the spider in the dark corner of the wall. There are even harder to detect spider silk. He can hear the breathing of people across the street. His hands became unprecedentedly powerful. In his eyes, all the movements seemed to turn into slow movements. He shook his head, his mind became less focused, and his sight and hearing returned to their original state. It seems that this requires concentration. Is this the effect of strengthening? I am very satisfied. Li Fan immediately asked again, System, what is this investment return rate gift package? Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th.